What it do, yay? I'm Joe Bowman, a recovering procrastinator and perfectionist. And this is day 11, May 11th. Yes, sir. Mother's Day was today. It was a slick, crazy day at work because everybody and their mama literally was out having breakfast. I work at a breakfast spot. Today's affirmation is I take heavy action on building my public speaking platform today. I ain't have no goals, but just go to work because I just I needed a day, that I can just focus on that. And I am grateful for what today brought. Today brought a little bit of money on. Today brought a little bit of clarity, and today brought maybe a potential collaboration, mentor, something along those lines. So one of my tables today, I'm a server, so I talk to people all day. It's kind of fulfilling actually. Like I get to work on my public speaking. I get to try out stories and stuff like that. It works. And one of my tables today, she is a psychiatrist and minister in training. And afterwards, we exchanged information because things were aligning. And afterwards, we went and met up and she was talking to me. She really spoken to me, and some things that I can improve upon, I have to improve upon, making sure that I'm walking in my purpose because that's what I am going to help you guys do. I am going to be impactful by waking you up with clarity, intention, and purpose. What went well today? I received a message that I probably should have been having, and honestly, it feel good. It feel great. Again, you hear me being a little more upbeat. You see me bobbing around a little bit in my headphones. What you don't hear, but eventually will hear, is a upbeat, funky tune. I can't even lie that thing. Whew, I kind of like this. I wasn't never into like that beat instrumental or that lo-fi, but it really does something to the creative process. And in the creative process, sometimes you have highs, you have lows. But if you just keep going and keep being consistent, they say that you will have success. And I've had success, but none that I want to talk about right now, right here. Speaking of success, by Hank Aaron, we have the quote that leads into the prompter today. Today's quote says, "Failure will never stand in the way of success if you learn from it." Failure will never stand in the way of success if you learn from it. By Hank Aaron. We all know who Hank Aaron is. If you don't know, Google it. That's what he's there for. I'm here to help you figure it out. I'm not here to give you historical facts. Now, list all your failures and what you learned from them. List that right now. I'm going to do three. Now, in order for me to answer this, we got to ask, like, what exactly is a failure? Most people define a failure as like just sucking, but a failure is just as easy as not getting the intended or desired result. At least that's what it means to me. I could be wrong. Somebody Google that. Let me know what the definition. Whew, shit. Excuse me. Long day. Been up since like 6. But you tell me what your definition of failure is, and then we're gonna cross paths, see how that align. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you my top 3 failures. The first failure that I had was being a podcast producer, simply because, not because I didn't suck, but because I didn't really have the confidence to pursue it in the way that I should have, and probably because like I just did podcast production. I should have did more to become a podcast producer, and that's one thing that I have learned, that you are not what you do. What you do is a reflection of who you are. Another failure that I had is, to be honest, I failed my oldest son in, not like I wasn't there, but I could have shown up for him better by being more intentional, by not letting things happen, but actually fighting for certain things. And then, last little failure that I learned the most from Shit, how to fight in chain gang. Listen, I'm Joe Bowman, a recovering procrastinator and perfectionist. We getting the momentum soon. I promise you soon. We're gonna have thumbnails. We're gonna put some music in the background so we can vibe out so you can bankhead bounce. You dig what I'm saying? Speaking of bankhead bounce, it's time for me to bankhead bounce out this thing. I'll see you tomorrow.